ever since I had my two sons, so my
Mm,
first son, Ezra, um, what kept me up, so I have two boys, Ezra and Judah, but when we had Ezra, I became we were always aware of like how, unfortunately, how kids are just being so abused, and, whether it's trafficking,
yep.
um, whether it's, you know, medically, and let's give you these surgeries, and get your body parts cut off, all that stuff. And it's one thing that really has been gripping me since my firstborn was born was just how big of an industry the child trafficking industry is,
Mm,
and how and if there was one thing that, honestly, if there's one thing that if I could just like have a wish granted to be
yeah.
alleviated, I could that's done, get rid of it all, like,
Yeah.
um, and so that's something that I pray, for organizations that are combating those things. Something that, my wife and I we give to as many of those as we can, and
Hmm.
but I do, at least for me personally, I do sense that at some point, we'll take even more of an active stance in that,
Hmm.
just because I think society, I think it was Nelson Mandela said that you can tell a lot
Yes.
about society by the way they treat their children. And I think that
Yes.
that's just one of the biggest red flags, the biggest cancer in our country, like that, or in the world. It's a global thing that, like,
Oh, it's a
really,
global thing. You're totally right.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
it marks a decaying of a society,
Hmm.
and we can't sustain ourselves, by continuing to abuse our children like this. So that's probably the biggest
Yeah.
thing that keeps me up, for sure.